That's strange that well, I see you. Yeah, I see you just in front of a green screen. That'll be fun. You're so cute. Look at you. Hi. No, I never get to see people when we're chatting. It's so much easier when you see them. Oh my god. I'd love to. I like Scrabble. Okay, I've only played Scrabble once, so I'll be easy. Oh, I just saw like a window setting. Now I see me again, but I'm frozen. Except that the window wasn't behind you though. It was just a window. It was like oh! Shut up! That is so cool. Okay, but it went away. But I'm sure it's coming back. That's... Oh my god, I'm gonna be addicted to Skype, I think. Oh wow. I'm in trouble. Yeah, you're right, but I'd like to keep it private. You know, I've wanted to be a musician my entire life, so I think that there's kind of part of me that's just always planned on information being more public, and so, I don't know. I'm also kind of mafia that way too, though. Like, you know, I don't rat out my friends, and so, I don't know. I think it's just part of my nature. I'm just naturally adept. Ah. We're almost there. Good, good. That is so cute how that green screen works. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. No, now I see me. And if the video's good for you guys, awesome. Now I see you. But otherwise I can switch cams if the video's choppy or not good enough. Okay. Who's this? Hi, Josh. Good, how are you? That's funny. You look gorgeous. You look hot. I would date you. A lot? Oh. Well, I kind of am in a studio. I I wish I were stronger. There's a Buddha head that I would move it to be in the shot. I just heard a nice lady come over. The sound was, hi. 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 So there's Irene and Eileen. They're different. Okay, just checking. Okay, no, I'm just checking, making sure. I was gonna say, yeah. That's funny. Words, so that's interesting. Yeah, we can see each other getting ready to talk and stuff. That's a lot better. Aw, that's so cute. She used to like think of what it would look like. Are you guys gonna do you want some audio clips for the show? Do you want to send you a link? Do you guys want some audio clips to edit into the show? I mean, I can send you. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll send you guys 2 links to download the music. One will have vocals and one will be without vocals in case you want to use it underneath anything for the show. And then that might save me from just having to sing on the spot. Sing! Dance, monkey dance! Oh, sorry. Me and the laptop. So they're essentially watching. Awesome. You're so cute with your curly hair. Hi. I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me. Well, I was conceived at a minister's party. This is how the story starts. I was really conceived at a minister's party. I really was. But I'm a singer-songwriter. And I guess they just knew. They just knew. They were doing it at a minister's party, and they knew they'd been caught. And now, so, yeah, I was in a special relationship with God, I think, for that reason. And, so I'm a singer-songwriter. I live in Phoenix, and recently, well, 6 months ago, actually, we just celebrated our 6-month anniversary, we started live casting on Ustream TV. So I'm a singer-songwriter / livecaster. Songwriter and also, as of 6 months ago, a livecaster. So we've been doing live casting for about 6 months now. Yeah. Yeah. Right. And so that's actually how we got the album recorded. Kyle had a year, or Kyle, you're supposed to say Toronto. They know you're from out of town if you say Toronto. And so, so he had recording time at Metalworks in Toronto, and I had a duplex, and I was moving out of one side, so I offered Kyle a year of rent in my duplex for the recording time. And lo and behold, who knew it was going to turn into such a big frenzy and get signed to DreamWorks for a movie deal, and Random House signed it to a book deal, and it just turned into this big adventure that I never even expected, starting from the internet. So I owe a lot to my music career, actually, from technology, computers, and the internet. The first CD I ever did actually was the soundtrack to a game called Treasure Quest, which had Terry Farrell. She was in Deep Space Nine, and so the first CD I ever cut was actually a soundtrack to a CD-ROM game, and lo and behold, the second CD I did was a result of a trade that I made with some guy from Canada on the internet. So I actually owe my music career to the internet, so to speak. Yeah, we traded for the record contract in April of '06, and I started live casting July 31st of '07, so just about 6 months. Well, I think what Kyle did for me was he totally changed the way I viewed how I was getting my work out there, because when he did his blog, over the course of a year, trading from one red paperclip to a house, he was using tools like Flickr and YouTube and integrating them into his blog and showing essentially, as much as he could at the time, a real-time timeline of how these trades were going down. And so when it came time to release the record, we weren't quite done recording it, and we saw the streaming technology become available to people like you and I, and it just seemed like the next evolution in that journalistic fashion, So to me, I feel like what I'm doing is a form of journalism in that it's documenting the life of an independent singer-songwriter trying to make it in the big bad music business, So it very much was due to Kyle that I even started live casting. Because one, I don't know that I would have been so into the land of blogging and social media, and two, because he taught me that anything's possible if you're willing to make a little bit of a joke. It's all about the lulz, don't you know? Yeah. Oh, totally. We went out to LA back in November, and I got to co-write a song with Jason Sheff, who's the lead singer of the band Chicago. And I wouldn't have even have met him except one of his fans saw me on Ustream and got a hold of Jason and was like, "You have to do this too." And so we actually were able to connect through Ustream. I got to visit the MySpace data centers in LA, which to me is a totally geeky thing, but I was like, wow, that's so cool. We're at the MySpace data center, 9,000 servers. So the guys at the MySpace data centers have nice racks, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that one in there. Racks, towers. No. It was a technology joke. But anyway, lost. Phew, and that's why I sing and I'm not a comedian. So we've gotten to do a lot of cool stuff. I'm going to be going to South by Southwest and streaming live from South by Southwest for a company here in town, and just a lot of opportunity, obviously, like as a musician, sponsors. Record sales aren't what they used to be, and so I'm not really relying on record sales as much as I used to, and I think now we're going to come into an age musically in the music industry where philanthropy is going to play a more integral role, and it's not going to be as much about downloads or record sales. And so in that sense, live casting is allowing me to find people like sponsors that will support what I'm doing, and I don't have to reach out to the people and ask for money. I can go out to the big corporations and ask for money, and then we can continue to make music. And so if any way we can continue to make music and not have to charge people for it, I'm a big fan of, because I think music should be free. So. Yeah. 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 Oh God. And there are definitely moments. My first. Yeah. Well, we were roaming in LA because we were mastering the record, and so it was a $1,200 phone bill. And obviously, as awesome as live casting is, I can't pay. Yeah. No. And so the people from it better be like. I want to see you standing right in front of me and smell the bread you're making. Right. So people from the room chipped in, though, and they threw down, and I think that's awesome because, it's not free for me to do this, and as fun as it is, I have to be able to pay my mortgage and my light bill, and so people do. They throw down, and I think it's interesting in terms of the live casting with what we're doing, because people can sit back and just watch as if it's a show, but if they want, they can become directly involved with what I'm doing and actually affect whether or not I make it as a musician. And that's something that was just not available to people like me in the past, and we're revolutionizing the music industry, baby. So. Yeah. Yeah, or no. Well, I was just saying, like I left a salon before I came here, and I got my hair all colored. I went over to Mystique Salon, and they saw through somebody on the chat room. They saw what I was doing, and they were like, "Hey, you seem like a great gal. Come on over, and we'll do your hair for us." And that doesn't seem like a big deal, but as an independent artist, those costs are real, and so even when you're talking about trading for things in kind with other like-minded people who might not be, a big corporation, but just people that are on the level but doing alternate things, we can work together and help each other out. And I love the collaborative nature that is the chat room. I would not be live casting if there were not a chat room. If it were just me on a video not interacting, I would not be doing it. And there's people. There's people in there. Everything takes longer. We were interviewed by Renee Gattel recently, and she did a story for Weekend America, and we called them my kids in the story, and she's like, "Why do you call them your kids?" And it's because, the first thing that happens when you wake up in the morning, you greet them, and then when you go into the next room, you pick them up and you take them in the next room, and you get in the car, you got to load them in the car, you got to strap them in, you got to make sure there's an outlet wherever you go to eat, and obviously they're not going to eat food, they need an outlet, so we got to find special food. And I don't actually have kids, nor am I disillusioned to the point where I actually think they're children, but they are a little bit like a pet or like a child, and everything takes longer, so I'm late to a lot of stuff now. Yeah. We stream from an Averitech laptop, and we're actually streaming right now. And that's it. Yeah, it's a 10.2-inch monitor, so it's a really small computer. We've got just the Cami Cam, and then usually I'm using a PCMCIA card, but we switched it for the interview, so we've just got a little USB modem, and that's it. Yeah, now that I'm not roaming, they totally leveled out, you know, and I do have a nationwide plan, but certainly there's pockets where I'm not covered and it's a roaming issue, and I just got to be careful of that. And, you know, like I said, once the chat found out that it was costing that much money to stream, they really threw down and they really helped out. And so I'm happy to say that that didn't actually, you know, the album cost a heck of a lot more to make than the light cast. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, the downloads, and you know, it's so cool because, you know, now people can just download my album to their iPhone, and that's a trip. We were at PodCamp AZ, and we played at PodCamp, and people were downloading the album right to their iPhone as we were playing. That's insane. You don't even need to go to the record store anymore. You can just do it on your phone. And so, yes, I've definitely seen an increase, definitely an increase in the exposure. You know, I mean, we had the front page of the LA Times. We were in the Sunday Times. NPR just did a story. We're going to be on MTV, I think, later this week or next week. So, yeah, lots of really awesome exposure. We're on Glog Wire, which goes without saying, apparently. Yeah, you know, and yet I really feel like we've not hit the tip of the iceberg in terms of streaming technology. I don't think people know. You know, the fact that you can get on and you can have your own show, and this is no longer in the hands of just the big corporations. Anybody who wants a voice has one. You just got to be willing to get in front of the people, which I think is now the next hurdle. Thanks. Thanks. Well, they can go to the website, jodygannett.com, and there's a plethora of information there about me and the music and all my little asides. We do our blog entries there. But also come to jodygannett.tv, and that goes right to my Ustream channel page, and I'm there all the time. So, I mean, if you want to know more about my music, just come and ask me. And I love that, you know? Really? So that area, that's really funny that you say that, because I ignore phone calls. Well, I'm ignoring Mom and Dad right now. I should pick up and tell her that I'm in the middle of an interview. That'd be funny. Okay, we'll ignore them then, just to make it feel better. So, usually I don't ignore phone calls anymore because I'm cognizant of the fact that people are watching me ignore their phone call. And I actually didn't recognize your number, and I couldn't do it at the moment. But, you know, 99% of the time. Yeah, well, 99% of the time now, like, as much as I want to ignore the phone call, I physically can't, because I know that people are watching. I look over to the other screen as I say that, because I know that people are watching me ignore their call, and that's a strange position to be in. I don't know if you've ever been in that position, but it's strange. It's strange. Oh, yeah. Or I'm almost there, you know, I'm only 5 minutes away, and they're like, you know, bull honky, you're at the 202 and I-10, you're 30 minutes away at least, you know, and so, yeah, there's no little white lying in live casting land. That I wouldn't want people to know about? God. I'm a total geek, so I would think of, but I don't mind that people, you know, light casting is that people just know, and at some point I had to resign myself to the fact that people were going to know that I love Broadway music because they're going to hear me cranking it out on my iTunes, you know, and so I really don't have anything on my iPod that I'd be embarrassed for people to know, but I mean, I do have everything from, you know, Hedwig and the Angry Inch to, you know, the Spice Girls. And so, when I try not to play the Spice Girls. That's actually was a gift from a friend of mine. That's probably what's on my iPod that I'm embarrassed about because I didn't actually buy it, but it's still in there. I can't bring myself to delete it. So, yeah, that's probably my one iPod entry. But usually we try and play indie bands on the stream or Radiohead because we all know that they're cool with letting people listen to their music for free. And then Ray Charles because I feel like he would want us to. God bless it. The first thing that popped in my head was to be invisible, and and that's not actually true. That's not. And it's funny because if I weren't light casting, and that would not be the superpower I would choose if I weren't light casting. But that was the first thing that popped in my head, so we'll go with that. Yeah. It depends. You know, it depends how broke I am at the time. If it's $50 and it's mine, I'll probably go buy a piece of technology. First thing I would do, I'd go to the Mac store, and there's this really awesome attachment for the iPod that's a stereo mic input, and I actually lost mine, and so I would go replace that. However, I have been known to find wallets with $900 in them, and then people give me a $20 reward, and I'll go buy ramen and donate it to the food bank. So it just depends on my economic position at the time, I suppose, and how many people I have with me. And people ask me, so are you going to move to LA? They always say in the entertainment industry, you don't move to LA until you're invited. And, there's probably an alternative argument to that, but, the whole concept being, do what you do, and if people are interested, they'll call you. And so, no, I'm going to barbecue in my own backyard first. Yeah, totally. We're going to have you, yes. So don't tell anybody about the box under the bed. Oh! Thank you. It was awesome talking to you. I'll talk to you soon, I hope. Bye. She's probably saying, can we redo the ending? Because I don't know the view anymore at all. It stinks. No. Hi! Are you sure you don't want to redo that ending? Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm a singer-songwriter based in Phoenix, Arizona, with an affinity for all things technology. We call our music Bohemian Geek Soul. And people always say, you're not a geek, but now we've started live casting, and so we've been doing that about 6 months, and now that I've started live casting, the term Bohemian Geek Soul tends to fit. I'm a singer-songwriter who live casts, in a nutshell. People who meet me without a laptop in my hand, but now it's pretty apparent. Now everywhere I go, people pretty much know. Yeah, and I'm talking to the internet and avoiding real life as much as possible. Yeah, I can't hear everything, but oh goodness. Yeah, well, we all learn how to do interviews, don't we? Josh cut out on me. Yeah, mine too, kiddo. We'll go look for work together. I would love to come back on this show anytime, anytime. Yeah, totally. Maybe we'll even have a surprise celebrity guest or something the next time we do the show together. Who knows? Maybe the celebrity guest will be me by the next time. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I really, really appreciate it, and I can't wait to tune in. So, Glog Wire rocks. Thanks for having me. Bye. You guys rock, yeah. So you totally rock, and I think your hair is awesome. I grew up wishing I had curly hair, so. Yeah, I'm jealous. Hi, Eileen! Oh, I'm so excited. You all came and said hi. Yeah, are you guys going to have, I want to do like a blog entry and stuff like that, so you're going to have like a trailer, or maybe I could get a logo from you or something? And we'll play Scrabble-tastic. What I'll do, I'll send you an email where they can just download the album. And I'll send you guys physical copies too for fun, but for the sake purposes, I'll just send you guys MP3s like tonight. Okay. Thanks, sweetie. Actually, it was your microphone. Yeah. Oh, it's so sad. Well, are you guys in LA? And then I'll let you go, but are you guys in LA? So the next... Except totally different. So next time I'm out visiting the Ustream folks, I'll definitely come by and say hello. I'd love that. That would be great. Okay. All right, sister. We will. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Anyways, bye-bye. That was my first Skype call. So everybody go to glogwire.com. Website's not up yet, but it will be by the end of the month. And it's a new TV show about life casting. So glogwire.com.